A deal on Dickens, who could resist? A stack of Austen, warmly kissed. Golden Age crime tales twist and turn. Every page a treasure to learn. Books keep coming home with me. Piles so tall, they're all I see. Turn a page and sail the sea. Reading always feels so free.
Hi, my name is Talia. Welcome to Talia Nerds Out. This is just, first of all, I'm adding this little intro part after the fact. What I am including in this video is actually it's a segment taken from my mom and my knitting and crocheting channel. But we had people ask several times about the amigurumi that are in the back of our woman cave area. And amigurumi, by the way, is the official name for crocheted toys. I think that also includes knitted toys. But we have received a lot of questions about those animals, their names, that kind of thing. So I am including a clip from our knitting and crocheting podcast where we go through and we do a bit of an introduction to those animals on the couch behind us. So just wanted to let you guys see. That's mine. Okay, so we wanted to show, we were asked about the animals.
Mm-hmm. This is a segue in.
Yes. So let me move the shawl. People who've been with us a while have seen most of these animals accumulate because a lot of them are my patterns that I design.
I'd say 95% of them.
Yeah, exactly. Some of them are extras that I had. Most of them are mom's tests. Some of them are like ones that other people have made for us of the patterns. No, that's the smallest population. Now, I guess first maybe some of the ones that aren't my patterns. Like this was one of my earliest toys I made. I don't even remember what the pattern is.
I showed them Buzz. So.
Yeah, this is Brihi, Brinny, Henny, Huiha. Yes, this is, I know that sounds odd. This is named after the horse from Horse and His Boy, which is a C.S. Lewis book in the Narnia series. It's actually one of my favorite of the Narnia series, even though it's the one that doesn't have the pedipsees in it except briefly.
This is Leonardo. And the story about this is that this was a hat, okay? A hat with...
eyes.
No eyes.
Okay.
A hat with it was supposed to be a turtle hat.
Oh, that's right. Mm-hmm.
I said, I'll put eyes in it. Can't wear a hat.
With eyes.
With the eyes. So I made it a turtle. So it's
a stubby...
It's a combination of somebody else's pattern and my own. Because I...
messed up.
The hat was here. That was their pattern. I did the bottom. I did the legs. I did check Taya's pattern for legs for somebody. It might have been Biddy.
Yeah, it might have been Biddy.
And so I made, this is kind of my pattern, I guess. But says Leonardo. It actually turned out a lot cuter than I thought it would. It's a little misshapen because I didn't stuff it very well. But I've been known to do things like this where I have a hat or something. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, I don't like the way it's turning out or this won't work because I put eyes in it.
Right.
So, yeah.
This one is my earliest, this is my actual first knit pattern. Even predates the sweaters, but because the sweaters came after, with my second, third, fourth knit patterns. But this was my first. He has a little ball inside, which is actually kind of challenging to knit around.
I bet it is.
And actually, now I'm thinking about it, I didn't use DPNs. I must have look, that's a big project for a first knit project.
She didn't know that she shouldn't do that. So,
now that I think about it, But yeah, this is my flying pig.
Your little pig.
Yep. Which means I actually did possibly an I-cord as well.
Yeah, like an I-cord, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty complicated early pattern.
Yeah, it is. It's adorable. Okay, let's see.
I think that was my first knit FO.
This is one of Taya's patterns. Brat. Mm-hmm. This, I used to have a cat named Snickerdoodles. Mm-hmm. And my husband found the cat was barely had its eyes open, under the van at work, under his van at work. My husband doesn't like cats, but he likes little things that are cute. And he knew I would like a baby, anything. So he brought it home. And unfortunately, when we moved, we took him with us when we moved, but we could have gotten kicked out of temporary quarters, so I had to give him away. So this was my homage to Snickers. Snickerdoodles was the colors actually, I think the color, did I call it Snickerdoodles? I forget what I called the color. It's my yarn. I don't know what color it is.
I think you might have called it Snickerdoodles.
But in any event, this was an homage to my cat, Snickerdoodles, my kitten. He was the friendliest little thing, big blue eyes, friendly, thought he was a puppy, just the cutest little thing you ever did see. And it made me sad that I had to get rid of him. So here he is. I have him forever now.
Well, Felicia's been a frequent guest on this channel. And this is my pattern. Why is my brain going blank?
It's the one I'm doing myself, Tara.
Tara, thank you. Tilly kept coming to mind. I'm like, this is not Tilly. This is Tara the sea turtle. Named with the idea of there's one of the myths / legends it's something called the world turtle, which is a sea turtle which has the world on its back as a shell. And I think it's in several different myths.
It's actually, remember the series by Shami Stola that I saw? They talk about the world turtle.
Yeah, it's an actual, I just don't remember which culture or if it's multiple cultures.
I think it's multiple.
But yeah, that's where Tara gets her name from. The pattern Tara. Felicia gets her name from the yarn. Because the shell makes me happy, and then the pink and the green are broken down. Colors.
My yarn.
Yeah, from
her pattern, my yarn.
And Felicia lived in my office for my final job. I kept several toys there. They made the office a little bit more cheery, and sometimes I had a couple of patients. They didn't want Felicia so much, but I had a couple of patients who, when they were getting their shots, kind of liked having one of the toys at hand. Usually it was like one of the bunnies, one of the smaller ones.
Well, Felicia is the cheerleader of the group.
Yes, she is.
She must be. When Diane first made this, the first thing I did when she finished it was...
Well, you did that with the original
that's what I said,
Tara, with the original Tara as well.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
When you were designing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is...
She's actually one of my favorites with how
adorable.
She turned out.
She's adorable. Let me have the owl. I don't have a name for it. The one under the cat there.
This one?
Yeah. This... I think this is actually... I have another one that'll show it's an owl. I have a plethora of owls. But this one, somebody gifted me. And it was pretty simple, actually. You just kind of knit in the round and you did your decreases, crocheted in the round, did the decreases, and then folded it over for the beak.
And then you're saying the pattern was gifted to you, not
not the owl. I made the owl. I'm not sure what the yarn is. I'm not sure it's mine or some, I don't know.
I think that's an acrylic.
It might be. It doesn't feel like wool.
Yeah, it looks like, I believe it's an acrylic.
So I don't remember what the name of this was because I have names for all my things, but this was done early, before we left Ravelry. So,
well, I don't have any idea what my winged pig's called. I don't know if I ever named him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Then I have TMNB, Teenage Mutant Ninja Bunny, and this is my Oops is a Bunny pattern. This is my, was this the fourth pattern I wrote?
I don't know.
Because I had, sorry. I had Barry. I had Iris. I had the bluebird whose name I can't remember. And then it might have been Oops.
It might have been. I don't remember. I don't remember the order.
Because Oops and Timmy came very close to each other.
Yeah.
But I think
I
think Oops predates Timmy.
Yes, I think you're right.
I'm pretty sure.
No. Timmy was first because we had the tortoises before we had the hares because Laura wanted to do tortoise versus hare and we did the tortoise. You did the tortoise first.
Are you sure about
Yes.
Because I've had 3 different kinds of turtles, so it could be...
Timmy was the first one.
I mean, I know Timmy was the first turtle. I just...
Timmy was the first turtle. And Oops came afterward because we needed to get a hare, which wanted to do tortoise versus hare.
Yeah, I can't truly remember. I know that I have notes.
I have a very clear remembrance. I don't think I'm remembering wrong, but
But
you ran out of the yarn.
yes, I did, because this was a Marigold Jen.
Mm-hmm.
It was, or is that or her daughters? I actually can't remember for sure if it's her or it's her
Right.
daughters. And I knew I was going to run out because this is a bulky. So I got a different color for the muzzle, different color for two legs. And since there are definitely bunnies that have, there's quite a few mammals, furred mammals that have different kind of fur for like the stockings or whatever.
Well, not the fur, the color.
Yeah. So, yeah, TMNB.
Now, before I go into the next pattern of Talia's, I do want to show you this because I said that I have a tendency of, changing things up. This owl was also gifted to me, the pattern, but it was meant to be a basket, and I didn't like it, so I made it an owl.
Is that a Pearl Soho pattern?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Pearl Soho does have an owl basket, which is why I was curious.
I don't think it was Pearl Soho. Maybe it was. I can't remember. I shouldn't say no out of hand like that. But
although I think hers is huge, so maybe I'm wrong.
I did the eyes and the beak. Figured it out myself, and just closed this top up and made it so it would have the little, ears. So I will make almost anything into an owl, given a chance. But this is the owl. This is Talia's owl. This is York. And I told Talia I wanted an owl, and she developed it in 24 hours. I kid you not.
Now, I did end up making adjustments later. I was designing and finishing up that toy almost to the minute before we left for retreat. And I had it done for you, at least the prototype, before we left.
Because I love owls, and she was making all these. I said, I want an owl. I think it was after you made Oops, actually.
I want to say there might have been one pattern in between, but I'm not sure.
Okay, well, it doesn't really matter.
I mean, he was an early one, but I just can't remember where he falls in the lineup.
I think this was my test pattern for her, and you can see the difference in my gauge. They're both acrylic, and they're both worsted Aran. So,
because I'm not sure where the cats line. The cats were pretty early.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really the cats. I did them and I liked them, but I was the turtles, the bunnies, and the owls were my favorite.
I mean, Brat was later, and so was Bastet. But
oh, I love Brat. He's my favorite kitten to make. But these are both Talia's. You could see the difference in my gauge as I went along. They're both Aran weight, worsted weight. But yeah, and then my friend Laura made some out of my yarn. Well, you know Laura.
I made that one. That's Christoph.
Laura made. Oh yeah, she made the color one. This one is my yarn though.
Yes, that one is your yarn. That's a heavy yarn of yours.
Where is it? The one that Laura made. It's around here somewhere.
Oh, where did he go?
I don't know where he went. He's hiding.
Well, there's your Poirot mouse.
Oh no, put him back.
Here's the bat.
The bat. This is, what did you name this one? Bruce the Bat?
Bruce the Bat.
Bruce the Bat. This pattern I will never do again. Ever. Because, well, it's adorable and it turned out really well and it's easy, but I hate working on both sides of the chain. And you have to do that for the wings. So.
And it was the only way I could visualize the wings the way I wanted to, because I wanted them to have that wingspan open.
Okay, let me have Poirot.
Yeah, because you hurt his feelings.
I actually think this was meant to be a bear or something. This is falling apart because it was very, very, look, it's not even seamed properly.
Yeah. Oh, wow, yeah.
It's very, very...
Yeah, that seam didn't stay at... Oh, yeah. No, or you had something snap. You might have had something snap.
I'm going to have to fix him. I think he was meant to be a bear, and I have a problem with the bears that have the muzzle like that. So I decided, okay, I don't like this, so I made him into a Poirot mouse.
He's got, like, balloon animal legs.
Yeah, he does. So I didn't...
He actually looks like he could be a balloon animal.
I didn't care for the pattern. Can you...
Put Poirot back.
There we go. I can't find the one that Laura gave me, but I know it's up here somewhere.
We are not freeing the unicorn.
No. The unicorn and my Timmy and my Mike the platypus, they're all over
I didn't
there.
realize Mike was under here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there he is.
It's too much difficulty to get them out.
I have two kitties here.
They're big toys.
Okay, so this is one of the Brats.
Here's yeah, I already showed that brat.
Did you show a
Biddy, no.
Biddy? All right, here's Biddy.
Okay.
And actually, it might be good to show Biddy with.
This was
Because they
our
have
is this
matching
our
yarn.
first collaboration?
Yes.
Yeah, like there's a bag that goes with this. So this is
Because you didn't do the yarn for the bookworm, and I don't have any bookworms over here.
And mine is upstairs. This is a chameleon. I forget what you named him.
Oh,
I don't remember what I named this one, but we have a bag that goes with this for the collaboration.
Oh, I think that's fun.
Right, I think you're right. Fun the chameleon.
Because he was a anniversary one, I think.
5 years.
Yeah.
So Anne Gander, who used to be Anne.
She made us a bag for him particularly. My dad did the artwork.
Yeah, and so we had the bag, we had this pattern, and we had the yarn.
Yeah.
And this is, oh, he's adorable. So the yarn, I think, is happy, no, it's okay to be different.
Yeah, it might be that, yeah.
I think that's.
But I'm pretty sure his name is Fun.
Yeah, it's Fun. And then this is also in that yarn. I think this is my yarn. All of
it's
this.
one of your autism awareness yarns.
Yeah, I think it's the same as that one.
But it's definitely not the one I used for Felicia.
So this is her Biddy, and I love Biddy.
That's the second of the turtles because I first did Timmy, which you're not going to see because he's too big to, and he's serving as a basis to hold a bunch of other toys.
I've got 3 really big ones over there, and if you take any of them out, everything's going to come down in an avalanche. So,
yeah.
But yeah, this is Biddy. I have 2 of these, for those of you who have been with us for a while. I have 2 of these in my Works in Project bag. One's called October and one's called September. And they're both close to being finished. I just have to sit down and do them. Put your back up here. Oh, back there. But I think we showed enough. Oh, here's, oh no, that's not. That's one of Lauren's patterns.
We have over here.
Oh, Robin. Robin, and we have.
Oh yeah, there we go. There's the bluebird one. I can't remember his name.
Bluebird
I forgot how you must have gone down a hook size and a yarn size because the original was huge. Did you make that or did I?
No, I made this.
Okay.
You wouldn't buy that yarn.
I bought a lot of the ones from
Is this Heidi's?
That's Heidi's yarn.
I'm pretty sure I made this one. It's more like my stitches, and the fact that the head is more
elongated
because I would.
Although this pattern was an elongated pattern.
I mean, so that's.
You might be right. I just can't remember.
I'm pretty sure I did this one. And then this is Robin. Did I make this one or did you?
That's yours. That was mine. Is smaller.
Yeah.
Robin. I got attacked by a large owl. Oh, owls attacking all over. Yeah. Hey, I need Valeria.
Okay.
This is Valeria too. This is one of my more popular patterns. It kind of surprises me how popular she is. She's one of my bigger sellers on my Etsy shop. This was my... Oh, she has a hole. Looks like some stitches snapped.
Oh. Well, yeah, they're put up on that counter up there.
Yes, that definitely is what happened here. Her stitches snapped. But... Oh, she has a couple of spots where her stitches snap. Do we have a moth problem?
I don't think so.
Because that's 2 different spots, like right there.
I think it's just because they rub and we keep throwing them up there.
Yeah. Eventually I'll have to mend her.
Yeah, I've got a couple that need to be mended now.
But
some of these are over 10 years old.
She's not quite that old.
No, I said some of them.
Yeah. But yeah, she has 2 holes on her rump that are definite holes. They're not just stretch stitches. But she was my... just making sure there's not one on her ear, too. No, there's one on her ear, too.
Like I said, I think there are plenty of things to get caught on.
Yeah. Okay, so she was my test one for I know what I used her for making the tutorial videos for this pattern because I did the original one in lighter colors and she's in my room and Mom got the test Valeria. So
now the ones I have here,
mine in my room actually have held up better. I think mostly because
they're not being thrown around.
Right now, the ones up on my dresser that are hidden behind other yarn, they might be a little bit more beat up. So that's like my birds.
Now this one is a patchwork moose. This is the Dust Bunny. It's the only pattern of hers I ever finished because she has beautiful patterns, but a lot of her patterns were on a time schedule, so I couldn't test for her. And by the time I finished, by the time I was ready to do them, I was doing other things. So this is her Dusty. I call her Dusty the Dust Bunny. And then this, I got this on Ravelry, but I think it comes from Etsy as well. And it's just so cute. It has like this, and I think it has
There's several in the
a
collection.
bunny, and I forget what the animals are, but this is the one I made first because frogging. So I made this, and I thought it came out really cute. Even though my things are never centered, so they have their own personality. And then, as I said about making owls, this was a loom knit hat.
That you transferred.
I decided I would make it longer.
Yeah, some of
and
these
make an
are
owl.
a little beaten up. Either the ends are coming out or they're developing holes. Like Arrow has a hole down here. And this was another one of my designs. This is Mom's test for this pattern. My Arrow is in my room. I did make two because Davina has one. I think that Davina's might have been the one I did for the tutorial because I actually designed it for her and I gave it to her, I think, for her birthday or something. It's hard for me to remember because I also gave her Tilly for her birthday, which is a Springer Spaniel, but unfortunately,
She's over here, I think.
she's buried.
She's right here.
Oh, okay, she's not as buried as some of them. Actually, yours over there aren't too bad in buriedness. I mean, we'll have to rescue your cat
There's
later.
another Valeria.
That's your test, Valeria.
Yeah. So this is my
And
Tilly.
Actually, I want to show the difference between gauge as well. Where'd my Valeria go? Here's an example of how different Mom and my gauge is. Mom's tend to be bigger. Yeah, Mom, this is actually a really good example of the difference. We're using the same hook. Actually, you might even be using a smaller hook than I am. A lot of times you did. Same size yarn approximately. And yeah, it's just that our stitches, I'm a much tighter crocheter than Mom is.
And I've gotten tighter since I've done that.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's a really prime example of the difference in our gauge.
I think for this, I should have used a smaller hook, which is why this is so large. And I may try to do this with a different size yarn.
I think that'd be good.
A different kind of yarn. It's a very soft yarn, but I don't really like working with it.
So I showed Arrow.
Okay, let's see.
Did you show Tilly?
Yeah, this is Tilly.
So Tilly's neck got a little bit.
Yeah.
Her neck's not normally this floppy.
I was still learning how to stuff.
I think I responded to the lady from France who showed me the one she made. I can't remember. She and I were having a back and forth on Etsy because she couldn't access the videos at first.
This is Bastet, right?
That is Bastet. And also, like, I think the neck wasn't quite stuffed for her.
Again, I was trying to...
Now, I'm not sure how, if Davina's Tilly and Bastet, how the necks are in that now, because she sleeps with them. And that's a prime way to beat up the necks of a toy.
Now, this is not one of Talia's. This is one of the first toys I did that wasn't Stacy Trock. And I think either Pearl Soho or I forget the other girl, her name. But this was interesting because I didn't have to sew anything. I picked up stitches and worked the limbs, the fins off the actual pattern itself. So I didn't have to sew any of this, including the head here. I think I might have had to sew the eyes on. But other than that, I love this. Love this. It was my favorite turtle until Taya started making her turtles. And I still love this. It's a nice little pillow, too.
Well, that's how I use Timmy.
And I forgot what I named this one.
I don't know if you actually named that one.
I'm sure I must have done something. But I hope this person who asked appreciates the fact that my animals are now running amok. And
we had like 3 people ask. Like, it was more than one person.
Well,
I know I had people on BookTube ask as well.
We need to fix this because Father's coming tomorrow.
Right. Well, I might have to, like, clip part of this, like the second half or whatever, where we go through the animals and post it by itself as well on BookTube. Because we had multiple people ask about the animals on
I'm
BookTube
glad they
as well.
asked because it's fun to go through it.
It's like a journey down
memory lane.
Oh, Mom, there's the owl. I think this is the one Lauren made back here. I think we found it. That bright one there?
I thought so, but I'm not sure because it looks too big for Laura's. This is mine.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. Or maybe it's not. Whoops.
The avalanche.
Toys down.
Well, because there's your size big. Like over there.
Well, but I've also made this one, which is big.
That's what I'm talking about. That's your size big.
Well, and then I have the brown one. This one.
Yeah, that's big. But I think that one might have been yarn size big.
We didn't show Barry. Or this one actually is Iris.
That's Iris. I don't know where Barry's at.
I don't know where my Barry is. This is Iris.
Um,
And for those of you who are comic book people, Barry and Iris Flash.
yes. The second Flash, because that was the original Flash was Alan Scott was the original Green Lantern. Jay Garrick was the original Flash, but the Flash for a long time was Barry Allen before Wally West, and that kind of brought him back into popularity.
What happened to my
Barry? Is Barry over here? Did you only do one of them?
No, I thought I did Barry as well.
Or maybe I'm trying to think, because that is Iris, isn't it?
Yeah, well, maybe it's Barry.
It might be Barry.
I think I only made one because we're so close.
I'm trying to remember what the difference is, because there is a difference in the markings as well. But you might have just done a pale Barry.
Either that or I just waited for Iris. I forget.
Yeah.
I think I made Barry. I think I didn't make Iris because it was too close.
What's the difference I'm trying to remember. Is it just coloring?
I don't know.
But
it's two different patterns, so you must have done something.
I must have done something a little different. I thought there was something different with the markings.
Probably is. In any event, that's either Barry or Iris. I don't remember. It's probably Barry.
Yeah, probably Barry. I just can't remember what.
Because I would have done the first one, not necessarily the second one.
Yeah.
If it was so close.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is that might be a pale Barry.
Because I probably didn't have any
tan.
Not tan.
Red. Well, I mean, red is for. Oh, you mean when you do Barry? Mm-hmm.
Now, I wish I could show you my unicorn, but I can't because I'm not. My unicorn, my platypus, and my turtle, because I don't want to have everything tumbling down.
Yeah, that would knock my tea over.
So,
yeah, I think
that's basically all of them.
Those are the ones that you usually have a chance of seeing coming down the avalanche. You can't really see the unicorn, Timmy, or Mike the platypus anyway, because of where they're at. They're never on camera. But these are a lot of the ones that might show up on camera.
But yeah, so that's our toys. What else do we have here? Because
I think that's it. I'll have to remember to clip this and put this part on BookTube as well, because like I said, people have really been asking about.
It's our pleasure. We're glad that you asked.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, absolutely. So we'll see you again next month here.
Bye.
God bless. Bye-bye.
After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yard